In this video, I'm going to go over some specific examples of some specific disadvantages on our topic. So the first disad that I'm going to go over that's an example on our topic is the relief bill disad. Now this will probably pass by the time Saturday happens, but this is a great example. And if you're watching this video and are not one of my students, the cards probably look familiar because I stole them from a bunch of evidence that Michigan State released. So let's go to the short version of this disad. So the first card is a uniqueness piece of evidence. It says the relief bill will pass. Again, we said that uniqueness is a description of the status quo, so this piece of evidence says the bill will pass now. Now, the link is going to say you change that. So the link is probably going to say that the affirmative causes the bill not to pass. Yes, so there's this piece of Kelly and Peavehouse evidence that I cut before the Berkeley tournament that says that treaties cost a lot of political capital. So what that means, we're not going directly back to this yet. We're saying that the relief bill passes, but that it's passing because of this political capital, and that a treaty, like one that would be needed for lethal autonomous weapon, would trade off with the amount of political capital that is necessary to pass the relief bill. So that is our link evidence. And then we have a piece of evidence that says that political capital is key to secure Manchin's vote. So you can almost view these two pieces of evidence together as your link argument. So sometimes, right, you're going to have a disad that's 5, 6, 7 cards long, and you might be saying, Scott, you told me there were 4 parts to a disad. Well, yes, but sometimes people have to read multiple internal links, multiple links, in order to make the argument that they're making. So this specific disad needed to make 2 link arguments to say that the political capital that would be spent by the plan would cause the relief bill not to pass because the political capital would no longer be there to secure Senator Manchin's vote. And then the disad goes into the internal link that says that the failure to appease Manchin causes extinction, or it locks in this kind of green tech stuff. So this is actually the internal link and the impact evidence all in one. Some people may view this as the internal link. It all really depends. But this is a basic version of a disadvantage. Essentially, you have a piece of uniqueness evidence, you have a piece of link evidence, you have a piece of internal link evidence, and an impact. It says the bill will pass now. The plan costs a lot of this thing that has been causing the relief bill to pass, and that without it, it will not be passed, and that will cause extinction. The second example that I'm going to go through is the Xi DA. The Xi DA. So Xi is the current head chief executive of China. And this disadvantage makes the uniqueness argument that Xi has an incredible amount of control over the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party, right now. So basically, Xi's grasp on China is very strong politically. However, Xi maintains control through the repression of dissent, and that it is through this type of repression of dissent that lethal autonomous weapons operate. So there's this piece of Anderson evidence that would act as our link evidence that says that Xi has kind of put all of society on artificial intelligence, and that by banning artificial intelligence, the affirmative destroys the kind of hold that the CCP has over Chinese society. And this piece of evidence is really long and really good, and we don't have time to read it now, but it's essentially just a really good piece of link evidence. So let's go back up to the top again for a second, right? Xi has really strong control over society, but banning AI gives up this strong control that Xi has over society. So the way the world is now, The affirmative changes the way the world is. So that's the uniqueness and the link argument. And then you're going to have your internal link argument, which says that CCP collapse and instability would lead to a really bad impact happening, and that impact would cause extinction. So these are two basic examples of disadvantages on the lethal autonomous weapons topic that you all, at least my students, haven't necessarily seen yet, but are two examples that we haven't gone over that I think are some pretty good examples of what uniqueness, link, internal link, and impact are for a disadvantage. So this video was going through some of these disads. In the next video, we're going to talk about how to answer a disadvantages, or a disadvantage. So I'll see you next time.